Hi, my boys. I got into an accident. I was hit by a car on the 24th of May. And it's funny, like the way it happened to me. Like it was just slow motion. You know, he ran a stop sign. He ran a red light on Westminster Street in Willow. And then I got this video that I did, and it talks about my brother, and then it talks about Willow Street and Westminster. So anyways, it's the same thing happened with my shoulder. So I knew I was going to get in a car accident. I just didn't know how or when or what it was. But the scooter was a given. Like, come on. I got the scooter knowing that what's the best way to, I don't know. It's just, it was a bike or scooter. I already had a bike, so I picked a scooter. It's just, that was my route to take. I knew the consequences. I knew what was going to happen. Like, it was bound to happen. Now, the person who hit me has a connection to me, so that is fucked up. Synchronizing. So I was so happy. Like, I was excited. Like, oh, fuck, the car hit me. Like, fuck, I know where I'm at, you know? So I'm awake, I know. But the laughing, like, I heard laughing, and then the realization, like, oh shit. It was fun. It had to have been funny because I was wearing my wig. But I knew I would plan that whole day out. I'm like, I wasn't going to wear the wig, but I decided to wear the wig on the scooter, the short wig. And I also use it for cushion, just in case, whatever it was. Because I also had a beanie on too. So after the meeting, after the city meeting that I went to on May 24th, I spoke out a little bit, and I have that on recording as well on here. I spoke out, and I didn't get to read all of it, and I was nervous. I'm still planning on what I want to say to each and every person, because it's not going to come out, because it's just I need to be outside. I need to have more time to what I know, what I want to say to them, and each and every person. I just can't say it blah 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 like that, because there's so many things going on. So I'm like, I gave them all copies of what I read and more. I gave them all tea bags too, and ribbons to each of the council members in the city of Westminster. And after that, I went to the park, Westminster Park in the back, Buckingham Square. Was it Buckingham Square? I don't know. Anyways. Buckingham. So I went there, and I went to the baseball field, and it was night. It was already dark, 8 something. Because I'm going to call you out in your bullshit on where you're from. Just talking. Because I'm thinking I have to do a dance, a ceremony. So I'm getting ready to do a ceremony there. How will it look? I don't know. That whole city group and that website. But I lost a lot of things. They have fake people. There. Oh my God. That's a portal there. It's a portal. It's a mess. I opened up something there. There, the Westminster, that whole fucking street. That's the second time I got hit by a car. T-bone in Westminster, on Westminster Street. My dad was there, so I was fine. I was very heavily protected, and I met a couple new people there, a group of people there, and they helped me. They guided me a little bit. So when I got into an accident, I felt like, fuck, man, like, all right, I gotta reroute something. Whatever it needed to happen, it happened. But it happened to where I was able to be alert on what was going on. The officers and paramedics, they had to know who I was, and they weren't happy. That's what my guess was. Like something just deep. My dad was like, they know. um, and one of the paramedics was named Don. And then he gave him. I'm like, oh, that's my dad's name. So then he's like, oh, he must have been a really cool guy. And I'm like, geez, Dad, you're really um really cocky up there, you know. uh, geez. Like my family's like that too, where my dad's like, yeah, I was an asshole, but I was a good person. Like I tried my best. He tried his best, and I know he did. I know he did the best that he could do. But when you're on the other side of death and you cannot come back in this form, in this realm, in this life, it eats you up and it kills you inside when you are on the afterlife and you can do anything about it. My dad is just like, Tina, 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 Tina. Like, I'm just, I cannot wrap my head around it how unfinished business needs to be finished. It's unfinished business for a reason. We need to finish that business. We need to mend a broken heart. We need to make peace. No justice, no peace. We need to have justice and we need to have peace. That is a part of forgiveness. I'm on my way to forgive fully. But I cannot forgive these people that have done this shit and they're getting away with it. This is murder. So if I did die, none of this would have gone out. None of this. My story would have been silent because my mom doesn't want to go to prison. Both my ex-husbands don't want to go to prison. The teachers, the principals, the lawyers, the doctors, they don't want to go to prison. And you know what? You know who else doesn't want them to go to prison? Their loved ones. But yet they are hurting and killing other people, and their loved ones are hiding it. That is just a vicious cycle because karma works in that way too. I have no family. I have no loved ones. In all my life, I've been blocked and stopped. Lauren Tapia knew I was trying to find my family. And for what he did to me, I don't, no, it was arranged. My offsprings, I love you very much. And me reading the documentary, or me reading the document on the report, the investigation, there was no investigation because I told them I wasn't going to give them money. They wanted money first for investigation. I didn't give them money. Where did they get the money for the investigation? So they lied. I want an investigation, and they're not going to do an investigation because there's no money yet. If I gave them money, they would have done an investigation. But look at the Zoom. I haven't had a real person. No one has talked to me yet. I need a real person. Desi has autism. Desi's just like me. When you were being interviewed, it was through Zoom. That's not how it's supposed to be. Gabriel Fernandez died the same way. Samantha Runyon died the same way. Samantha could have been still here today if that monster family spoke out. If these cops weren't pedophiles themselves, that monster would have been locked up or killed. They're saying, yeah, they would have murdered him. His time's up. Like, he would have been murdered already. Samantha should have been here. Gabriel should have been here. A lot of these children should have been here, and they are not. A lot of these native children should have been here, and they're not. They are still crying out for their mommy and daddy, and I'm still helping them. They are with me every time, every day. They make me. They make me go further. So me getting in an accident, getting hit by a car, it was nothing to me because it was. I'd rather have you boys. It didn't mean nothing. Getting hit by a car. Thank you. I wanted it. I need it because it gives me some. It gets my mind off of something. But it's still. It's not you boys. So I'm just waiting. I told my dad, and he's coming. Like the paramedics and firemen and everything coming. I'm leaving all my stuff on the ground, and I did. I'm missing Mario, Gumby, and E.T. I have Luigi. I have their hats. And I'm missing my clown nose. And I can't find any other clown nose. I found one other clown nose, and I gave that away as a gift. But I will miss that nose, and I'm hoping I'll get another one. But I'm okay. I fractured a bone. And I just got a cut on my arm, my hand. That's it. I got hit by a Prius. That reminds me of Family Guy. And then my dad's like, yeah, go watch. You gotta watch episode, like do the odds and evens, like 2, 4, 6, 8, like stuff like that, or skip, or like, like do your thing, do what you do, but I'll just give you the numbers and stuff like that, like the old movies, so he can talk to me, so he can, like, okay, well, if I was there, I would give you this advice, this is a good advice to give you, like. And for these doctors to call me to say schizophrenia or schizo, whatever it was, if you look back in history, in men, when the women start to speak out or have a voice, it's the men that will say, oh, it's like a witch hunt. It's what Trump was saying. It's like a witch hunt. And they'll say schizophrenia, your mental illness is showing, you have mental illness. It's a sign of mental illness. Even these tarot readers, they'll be reading their cards and they're like, oh, this person is dealing with mental illness. No, you need to stop that card. You need to stop what you're saying, because you're just you're feeding that other person bullshit and lies. Like, you have to eliminate that word of mental illness and just recognize it and understand it, instead of therapy, or drugs. Where's that person? Where's that conversation? We just need a conversation. That is a human contact. That is a vibration. That is a voice. That is your voice box communicating with the other person. You need that. If not, then there's other things that will help you cope with it. Mother Nature's one, music is one, animals. Then you'll realize you'll detach. You'll detach from people, and I have detached. I'm feeling detached with my kids already, and it feels like a dream. Like, my dad is showing me images. Someone else is up there too, showing me images. I just say up there, but it's like all around. So anyways, it's up in the air. Like Willy Wonka, how that boy did he went to million pieces. That's exactly what that is. Um, so I'll be like that in that form. But I was told, since I'm going this route, I could be one of, like, a leader, someone to give someone hope. And that's what I want to do. Like with Jesse, he got hit by that car. So anyways, this says it. This says it too on this YouTube video. And this was done on January 25th, 2023. And I got hit on May 24th, 2023. This YouTube is for my protection and my grandkids. My children are in danger and I do not know where they are at. I have been dealing with domestic violence for 17 years, waiting and wanting out and help. The city I was once living with my kids made threats to harm me and my offsprings. The school district knows that what I was trying to do, but these teachers are stopping me because they can't get jobs. These teachers are the problem of America today. No pride in genocide. Using my psychic abilities for free. I believe everyone has a right to be heard for free. I miss you, babies. Remember me. And that was January 21st. My neck's a little sore from the accident. My hip, my legs, my back. But it's like, it just feels like a workout, or I worked out. It's just exactly what it is. It's just tense because you got hit. It was a slow hit, but I'm okay. It said 3 months for my leg to heal. And it's not my femur. What's that bone? I don't know. Can't even think about it. I'm just like, I'm done. I'm just waiting. It was peaceful again, like the first time when I got in the accident with my bone. Because this bone, it's still out, if you can see it. It's still out. So, so that accident I had, it was good because my eyes were totally open. This one, my eyes, like, I was totally up. I was up. But I wanted to close my eyes. It's like, oh, man, just let me stay here for a little bit. Let me breathe. Damn. Let me just go to sleep. I'm tired. I haven't slept. I really haven't slept in, that would have been, my 6th day, having not really slept that much. And I knew I needed to sleep. And I was so pissed at my dad earlier that day. I'm like, well, hurry up and fucking pick me up. So then when the guy said his name was Don, and I thought he was saying that his name was Don to me, but it was saying to the other person, and I interrupted because I didn't know. So it was just weird how I happened to get the paramedic's name. I'm like, all right. A lot of laughing. Just like when I was at Sears, when I passed out in the ambulance, I was asking my dad, like, see, don't you see? Look, I passed out and I didn't do shit, Dad. Like, why does this keep happening to me? Why am I keep passing out? Like, something has to be wrong with me. I go to the doctor and the hospital staff was like, it seemed like they were excited to see me. That was weird. They took a bunch of blood tests. Everything came back normal and fine. Then they're saying seizures, and that's when I got my license taken away for a whole year. I even did the EKG on my head or something like that. I did that with all those wires. Even that came back normal, they said. And I thought something would come up from there. I did feel a little sick, but nothing too out of the ordinary. I did feel weird after that. I did feel like off. And they're saying that is part of what I need to experience. So then when I went back to the hospital again with this problem, when I got hit by a car this time, I'm going in the hospital, and as I'm going in the hospital, I'm looking at the staff. I'm looking and watching, and I'm like, half of these people shouldn't even be working in the hospital. Like, you're killing more people this way. There was a lady that was crying for almost an hour in a wheelchair, and she had a bad hip. She's on the phone trying to distract her brain from the pain. She's using technology to do that. What happens when the technology runs out? Power is going to go out. Then what? You need another source. Like the gas is going to run out. The gas, we cannot be using gas anymore. It's all here. It's all for free. It's been for free. So anyways, the lady's crying. And everyone sees her. Like the staff is watching and they're just ignoring her. They're literally like,
this is a reminder.
Doing
Tina
that.
At 6 o'clock, and that mom canceled your Eddie and the car insurance scheme.
Susie.
This is a reminder. Tina at 6 o'clock, and that mom canceled your Eddie and the car insurance scheme.
Eddie and Susie. Eddie has a car shop, body shop, and that is also related to car insurance schemes. That's how he makes his money. And Susie knows, so because Susie wanted child support. She wanted way more child support. What else? And who else? And they were trying to fuck each other over, but they're using the kids for that. And that was fucked up. So, and she is she an EMT? She's a respiratory nurse, but she goes in with the paramedics. So, that is funny that happened. They're in medical field. Medical fields, they are using their schooling, they're using their power and their narcissism to hurt people like me. And I know more nurses that are like that. A lot of Hispanic nurses. Because what do? They target the Hispanic families. Oh, a job. And my grandma is telling me this too, because my grandma was also a nurse. And she's telling me that they use it's a Mexican killing Mexicans, natives killing natives, blacks killing blacks, whites killing colors. Because if you're white, most likely you'll be healthy. My mom, I don't know how she's still alive with all those pills that she's taking. But she's not the healthiest. She's lazy. She's just, that's her karma. She's not living the life that she would want. It's all in her mind. It's all in her memory. She's just a dream. She's just a... People use her and walk all over her. Like, none of the family members have come over here at all. No one's talked to her. My mom says that they talk to her, and I've never seen her talk to them. I called my Uncle Scott And he's like, oh no, what's wrong? What happened? And I told him everything about the situation. He's like, your mom's helping you. What do you want? You're being spoiled. Like, you don't understand that your sister is like, something's wrong with her? So you are running away. Uncle Scott, I met someone like you in Westminster named James. He acted just like you. What was disgusting is like I meet a lot of people that act just like you. And it's like, and I hear the voice and I hear it and I'm like, is this person related to me? I don't know. I just need someone to talk to and not have that person look at me in a sexual way. But it's so gross because I know you are a pedophile. To get a 12-year-old pregnant, I'm a mother now myself. I'm 37, Uncle Scott. You cannot brainwash me like you did to my mom or to your mom, Grammy. You can't. Uncle Scott. Now I know your dad, your mom, my grandpa, my Grammy were not good people. They did not marry for love. They married because of the fucking corruption, this MK Ultra shit that's been popping up a lot in the military. My mom will blur out stupid shit every now and then, and that's my dad. So me keeping her a little bit near me, knowing that this is happening, I just want to go. I don't want to be here anymore. I want you boys. My time is up and I'm excited. I'm celebrating. Not the way I wanted to, but fuck, at least I'm happy. My fear when I was little, not fear, but just planning on my death. I planned on my death. I planned on my funeral more than my wedding because of my Grammy, my aunt being an auntie. Right now, my aunt Venus coming up. She's showing me the church, Saint Bernard. So as I'm watching her in the coffin, I remember having a conversation with my sister when I was little, saying, all right, the side view, I want to have a good profile, the side view. I want to make sure I wear this. I want to make sure I wear that. I want to make sure I have my hair good, you know? Like, that's how I was imagining, like, the coffin, how laid out was. And now it's like, I don't want any of that. That's so weird how I planned out my funeral more than a wedding. I planned out my funeral, and now it's like I wanted to be buried full body, and now it's like, no, I want to be cremated. I want to be burned. And that took me a while. And after seeing Papa, my dad, like that, it just makes sense to return, burn. I don't know. It's just, I'm leaving you everything, boys, that I have. I don't, just my stories, my memories. Just hoping that you'll find me in that and you'll remember me in the dreams that I'll give you. Because I so loved being a part of your life every day and just like waking you up, Anthony, like the spirits are real. Your dad was me and your dad named you after Saint Anthony. So you need to have a deeper conversation with your father, all of you boys, about where your names came from and who I am. Your dad knows exactly what I was doing. And the dates of our birthdays. The birthdays are very important. Birthdays, death. And I always celebrate and I always honor each day. And I always make sure that when I set a date, it is to be celebrated. So on your birthday, I make sure. In a way, I was hoping I would go. It's like, damn, I'm still here. I'm up on the floor. I'm still here. One day, any day, soon, I'm told it's coming. Just be patient and wait. But I'm up next. Then I won't be in pain anymore. And I won't be forced to take pills. I miss you boys and love you. My brother was hit by a car. I remember that, boys. He was only 5 years old. I did not know you can lose somebody more than once. I lost him. He died that day, and he came back a different person. And then the doctors over medicated him. Teachers used and abused him. My parents used and abused him. Put shit into his head. I lost him that way again. And then my mom. That's gone. My mom did that. My mom took away everything. My mom took away my family. She does not want me to be happy. That is a jealousy. That is because I'm part of my dad. That's exactly because I'm part of my dad. She sees me as my dad. But for Stephanie and Jesse, for my other brothers and sisters, she sees that as her mom, as her blood because of the white. My offspring's Anthony, Colin, Desi. There's more to life than death and birth and death. There's so much more. There's your universe. There's the ocean. The ocean, we don't even know everything in the ocean. And science has been there for thousands of years. We had the technologies to go look in the ocean and the stars and the moon. But yet we don't know anything about Earth. Why? We're running away from something that we should not be running away from. These teachers need to understand that kids need to have their own power, their own world, their own business, their own security, their own bubble, and watch that bubble grow. Or watch it grow. And then when it pops, it's like it stings in your eye, but you know it's there. How is it going to sting in your eye? Is it going to be a memory? Is it going to be a bad experience? What is it going to be? Yeah, like they're saying that children are like elders. Anthony, when you were little, you would always talk to spirits. Your dad thought that was weird. By City Hall on Jackson Street, in the corner, there's a post office. There's a mailbox. And that's how I'll remember that corner, because the city hall's right there. But you just, all of a sudden, you looked over and you just started talking to the seat next to you. And you start laughing and giggling, and like someone was tickling you. And this is when your grandma, from your dad's side, passed away. Your dad's grandmother passed away. And your dad said it's probably her. And when your dad said that, I go, you're probably right. All right. So then your dad kind of got scared, and I said, just talk to him, or talk to her, and talk to Anthony. Like, talk to him and say, like, oh, just let him know that that's who she is. And you were giggling and laughing, and you saw that. When you are young, you get like that. And when you're older and you're told not to, things are not, no, 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 you will not, it will close off. You won't see it anymore until you get old again. You turn into a baby again. Like, old babies look like old people too, so when you're old, you're a baby too. You wear a diaper again too. So the spirits, when you come older of age, a certain around of age, those spirits will come to you again, telling you, remember me? Remember? And then slowly you'll start seeing something there. Sometimes it's an old family pet or a past life person coming to you as a spiritual guide or a person that comes to you randomly. Like, well, Hermes comes to me because Hermes been here, and I've been calling on him since I was little. So Hermes is one of my spirit guides that I communicate all the time to. Just like Leo and people that are that I don't know, like they don't represent God or anything like that, or they're just popular people that have a healing. You just know somebody that is good because they leave behind good footprints. They leave the mark of growing. They leave the mark of, well, this is what I left. My experience. This experience might help you, like what Leonardo da Vinci did, like what Michelangelo did. They left things behind, knowing that somebody out there is going to grab it. Somebody out there is going to be smart enough to help mankind. Anyway, from blabbering. Misty boys. I'm tired. Yeah. Don't know what else to say until I fall asleep, and then I'll say something else. I'll see you boys in a bit.